The Ozark Howler, also known as the Ho-Ho, the Nightshade Bear, the Ozark Black Howler, and the Devil Cat, is a legendary creature that is reported to live in remote areas in Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas. It is typically described as being bear-sized with a thick body, stocky legs, black hair, glowing red eyes, and prominent horns. Its cry is often described as a combination of a wolf and an elk, and the laugh of a hyena. Now, if I sound a little weird, I'm a little sick and I got coughed up in my mouth. But this is Monsters of Folklore, and today we're discussing the Ozark Howler. Now, according though to Forrest Gallant and his wife Jessica, it turns out that the Ozark Howler is actually the North American red wolf. But we'll get into the explanation and the sightings of the Ozark Howler. Now, cryptozoologists have speculated that the creature might be a misidentified or unrecognized big cat. Anthropologists and folklorists have speculated the creature might be branching off of the dark dog of death found in British folklore, such as the Church Grim, the Black Shuck, and so on. Now, these comparisons note that many versions of the hellhound are described, like the Ozark Howler, as having glowing red eyes. The Ozark Howler also, like these legendary beasts, have been described as a dark omen predicting the death of those who have seen it. Then you have the biologists who believe in the Ozark Howler. They assert though that it's a mountain lion bred who has either mutated into a new subspecies or is a hybrid of a mountain lion and an unknown creature. Other guesses have included that the Ozark Howler might be a wild boar, an eastern woodland bison, a hyena, or a surviving member of the Crudunt family. Now, the earliest sighting dates back to the 1800s. The earliest legend of the Ozark Howler is of a meeting between Daniel Boone and the creature in Missouri in the early 1800s. Boone is reported to have fired his gun at the Ozark Howler in some versions of these stories, although at the time there was no evidence that the beast was killed. Now, recently though, the Ozark Howler was in Newton County, Arkansas in 2011. Then most recently here, 2015, an area resident claimed to have photographed the Ozark Howler at Devil's Den State Park wandering around. You know, my guess, it probably could have been a bear or something at the time. It's really hard to tell. Then you have people though who speculate the Ozark Howler was a hoax. Chad Armit is one of them. Now, Chad, he asserts in his book Cryptozoology that the Ozark Howler myth is a hoax. According to Chad, he and many other cryptozoologists, they received email messages making claims about the Ozark Howler evidence. These messages were tracked down to a University of Arkansas student who had made a bet that he could fool the cryptozoology community. However, stories of the Ozark Howler are said to predate this. Jason Offutt, in his new book Chasing American Monsters, writes that many people have dismissed the Ozark Howler, but the Howler sightings stretch back to the early 1800s. But then apparently a very highly rated cryptozoologist named Lauren Coleman, she endorsed the book as highly recommended writing. Now, Lauren though, she does a special service to the field of cryptozoology with this book. Now, whether you believe in the Ozark Howler or not, that's completely up to you, but it has inspired a handful of books. In the 30s, a local press published a small run of a book of folklore about the creature called Tales of the Ozark Howler. About 10 years later, Vance Randolph, who was a folklorist, referred to the Ozark Howler by name, the Ho-Ho, in the book Ozark Superstitions. In '73, the Ozark Howler was reimagined as a multidimensional time-traveling creature of sorts in Timothy Goodwin's short story, The Hair of the Black Howler. And then there's just a whole bunch more books that people have written. Now, do I believe in the Ozark Howler? More than likely, it is just some form of prey mutated bear or something of the sorts. It's really hard to tell because you got people who claim to have seen it years ago. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if I could really believe like the description of, the horns and glowing red eyes and this crazy things like that. But it's really hard to tell because you never know what could have existed and what could not, maybe by now. But if you enjoyed the video on the Ozark Howler, let me know. Give me your opinion. Have you heard of it? As always, if you enjoyed the video, like it, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you later.